Welcome to Degenerate EDC. EDC done degenerately. Today, we're going to do some unboxing and some comparing between fake UltiClips and real ones. That's right. We're going to open up a packaged UltiClip straight from the source, and then we're going to compare it to two other knife companies that sell their knives with sheaths that come with what appear to look like UltiClips. Are those UltiClips real or are they fake? I'm going to show you how I'm able to determine the real ones from the fake ones. We're going to get into it and find out. So here we go. You are currently looking at two different knives from two different companies, both with identical looking sheaths as well as identical looking UltiClips. The difference between the two is one UltiClip, or one of the clips says UltiClip while the other doesn't. Now, when I first bought these knives, I thought one of these was real and the other was fake. However, I was dead wrong. I made a video about these knives and how you can get an UltiClip if you purchase these cheap knives, and UltiClip themselves responded to my video and commented and told me that these UltiClips were fake. I immediately deleted the video and decided to order an UltiClip directly from the source. That way I can point out the difference between the real ones and the fake ones. And here it is. Just arrived. Today we're featuring a special guest appearance by the Kaiser Mini Harpoon. Take a good look at that package and where it's from. That way you all know this is a confirmed package directly from UltiClip. All right, so look at this package. Unless your UltiClip came looking like this, then it might not be real. Again, if your UltiClip did not come in this package, it's probably a fake one. And I know we don't intend or have that intention of purchasing intentional fake things. But it happens unintentional too many times, and you know what? It's still your fault, unintentional or not. Make sure you're buying the right brand. Make sure confirm that you're not buying a phony. And yeah, look at that. This is the original UltiClip. What I just showed you a few minutes ago were fakes. And yeah, tough opening here, solid steel, nice, and yeah, this is very, very stiff. That was super stiff. The other ones were not that stiff, and I would imagine there'll be a break-in process. And got the additional hardware included. All right, so we're gonna put this on the taco here for the Kaiser Mini Harpoon. I felt that this 3V CPM steel, or is it just 3V steel? I felt that this 3V steel was deserving of the original UltiClip. So we're gonna mount it real quick. Let me know if there's a better way to mount this. I didn't really check to see how they mounted. So I'm gonna put the spacers underneath the curve of that bar. All right, so here we go. And you only get one set of screws, one set of spacers, so be very, very mindful as you're installing this. Try to do it over a table or something. That way, you know, keep yourself open for mistakes of dropping. That way you won't lose the hardware to mount these clips. Okay. So I'm just lining up the hose. This isn't rocket surgery here, guys. Anyone can do this. I don't know if it matters on which side you put that spacer, but I am putting it on the inside of the actual rail, if you want to call it, of the clip. And we're going to slowly mount this and keep it nice and snug. This is going to help with the flushness of it all. Okay, here we go. All right, got that in there, slick, smooth. And we'll be using this Craftsman electric screwdriver, cordless. And I've been using this Craftsman for quite some time. It don't have much torque, but it has a great spin. So that's really why I use it for tasks like this, where you don't want to put too much torque on these screws, or else they will be worthless if you put too much into it. And there you have it. There is the Kaiser Mini Harpoon with the Ulticlip connected. This is how a real Ulticlip looks on a real knife. And there you have it. And, you know, next to each other, they look practically the same. But if you take a closer look, you'll see the differences right away, immediately with the hardware. I mean, look at the screws as well as look at the writing. Look closely at the writing. The font is different on the original Ulticlip. The font on the original looks biblical, like a Times New Roman, while as the font on the fake looks like that of a Helvetica. If you know, you know, and if you don't, then you should. The phonies are good. Man, they're good. But they're not the originals. They are fakes. Regardless of how good they look, they are still fake. Okay, that's the play on the real. And that's the play on a fake one. Not too far off on this specific one. Very, very close. Super close, matter of fact. Hard to tell the difference sometimes. And the thing is, you know, this knife company, they just sell the knife with these clips. They don't specify, you know, whether, oh, this is an Ulticlip or this is a similar to your Ulticlips. I guess they're not really allowed to. I mean, who would admit that they have a phony Ulticlip on the website of what they're selling, right? But how do they allow it, though? That's my thing. Now, look at this one. This one is, you got crazy play on this one. I mean, look at that. That is insane. Insane amount of play in comparison to hardly nothing. Hardly no play at all. And yeah, that's super stiff to close in. And this is just Shaketown, man. You ever heard of shake and bake? Now, I mean, who would want a knife that long in their pocket? I don't know. But there you have it. You know, you don't want to buy a fake Ulticlip. You want to buy a real Ulticlip. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to get your hands on the same exact UltiClip. Thanks for tuning in to this degeneracy.